There's something uniquely unsettling about watching innocence collide with unchecked cruelty. Not in broad strokes, but in intimate, suffocating spaces where escape feels impossible. The most disturbing stories aren't just about violence, but about the quiet erosion of safety, where trust is weaponized and vulnerability becomes a target. In these worlds, trauma does not just linger. It mutates, festers, and eventually demands release, often in ways that blur the line between justice and vengeance. What emerges is a raw, uncomfortable reflection of human nature, the desire to protect, the instinct to destroy, and the terrifying realization that sometimes those impulses are one and the same. Hello friends, and welcome back to ETF. For those who celebrate the Easter holiday, have I got a basket of trash in store for you. A troubled household becomes the center of escalating violence when a young boy with cerebral palsy lives under the care of his struggling mother and her abusive boyfriend. As tension, neglect, and cruelty build inside the home, a masked killer dressed as the Easter Bunny begins a brutal spree of violence, targeting those connected to the family. What unfolds is a grim, claustrophobic descent into exploitation horror, where innocence is surrounded by corruption, and the line between protection and revenge becomes increasingly unstable. Easter Bunny Kill Kill isn't just a movie. It's a full-blown, blood-soaked dive into the kind of depravity only low-budget, grindhouse horror dares to serve. Chad Farron throws subtlety out the fucking window and drags you screaming into a world where innocence is chewed up, trauma festers, and human cruelty runs wild. Underneath all the gore, masks, and plastic-lined rooms, the film pulses with twisted emotion, a raw look at pain, vengeance, and how far people will go when pushed against the edge. Forget masked killer horror. This is a home invasion of the psyche. Nicholas, a child with cerebral palsy, isn't just a victim. He's a lightning rod for every perverse impulse in this house. Mindy's boyfriend, Remington, is a textbook predator, charming when convenient, cruel when unobserved, leaving a trail of fear that sticks like a stench in the halls. Farron's camera traps you in that claustrophobic hell, letting you feel the suffocating dread as abuse and neglect bubble to the surface. You don't just watch trauma here, you inhale it. I don't think the Easter Bunny has ever been this terrifying. Farron twists childhood innocence into a slaughterhouse icon, making the familiar feel grotesque. The mask becomes more than a costume. It's the embodiment of vengeful fantasy. Mindy, who's revealed as the killer, shatters every moral expectation. Mother, protector, executioner, all in one bloodied suit. It's grindhouse storytelling at its most gleefully unhinged, where empathy, shock, and moral horror all collide. The house isn't just a setting, it's a nightmare playground. Plastic sheeting, dark hallways, and shadowy corners make every room feel like a trap. Farron's use of space mirrors the character's confinement. Fear and danger lurk around every bend, unseen but palpable. The set isn't just grimy. It's a physical extension of the horror lurking in every interaction, every glance, every whispered threat. This film doesn't shy away from exploitation. It basks in it. Nicholas's innocence gets crushed. The adults around him descend into pure depravity, and the audience can't help but watch, squirm, and thrill at the madness. Yet amidst the gore and extreme violence, the film delivers a grim catharsis. Bad people get their brutal comeuppance, messy and unapologetically. Farron refuses a happy ending here. The moral lines blur, leaving the audience tangled in shock, empathy, and adrenaline. Easter Bunny Kill Kill wears its grindhouse bloodlust like a badge. Low-light interiors, lurid practical gore, frantic cuts, and subjective camera work put you in the killer's twisted perspective. The pacing drags you into tension, then slams you into chaos. The score, the shadows, the jump cuts, it all screams 80s, 90s VHS horror energy. It's messy, it's loud, it's utterly addictive. This is not a polite horror movie. It's an unapologetic grindhouse experiment. Messy, depraved, psychologically charged, and raw with emotion. Easter Bunny Kill Kill drags you into a world where innocence is a weapon, vengeance is personal, and trauma explodes in every bloodied frame. Watching it is like sliding headfirst down a rabbit hole made of plastic, gore, and human darkness, and you won't want to climb back out. Well, friends, that's gonna be all for now. If you are interested in this film, I urge you to check it out for yourself and formulate your own thoughts and opinions about it. I hope you come share those thoughts and opinions in the comments. Let me know if there are any movies that you would like to see discussed on this channel. I always love to hear from you guys, and I do my best to try and respond to everyone. As always, I've put a link down in the description to a physical copy of this film, if one exists, that you can add to your collection. Using that link helps out the channel, and that's always appreciated. If you like this video, I urge you to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already. I know that some of you watching aren't subscribed, so help out the channel and subscribe. If you'd like to go the extra mile and support the channel even more, we do have a couple options for you to do so. You can join us on Patreon, where you can get yourself early access to future videos, Patreon exclusive content, and access to the ETF Digital Archive. We get a lot of compliments about the VHS collection that you guys see in the background of our videos. Well, we've been hard at work slowly digitizing the collection and creating a place where we can share it with all of you. Thanks to the help of the Plex platform, we can now do just that. This is our way of doing our part in helping preserve that gritty, nostalgic VHS look and feeling before it's gone forever. With Plex, you can stream our VHS collection from anywhere at any time. It's basically like having a streaming service for VHS, which I think is pretty cool. Additionally, if you're tired of adding to your growing list of monthly subscriptions, you can help support the channel on Ko-Fi, where you can drop a single tip, the cost of a cup of coffee, or less. No pressure, no tiers required. But with all the same monthly benefits that you will find on Patreon offered as well. We also have a Mercari store where you can go and get yourself a little piece of the ETF archive. While collecting VHS, Blu-rays, and DVDs over many years, we wind up with lots of duplicates, and we unfortunately can't store them all. So on our Mercari shop, we have all of those for sale. Purchasing those not only expands your collection, but makes room for us to expand ours. All the links for everything are down in the description. Until next time, stay safe, and as always, thanks for watching.